Welcome. And welcome to the show. I am your host, Joey Wobbs. That is Mr. Link. And this is Wabbslink. Welcome to episode 21. We are having a better week this week overall.
Yes.
We both got wins. Link is ecstatic the way that his win went. I'm just happy we got 3 points. So I don't know if you're saying anything, but
No, I'm mouthing it. Nunes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could start there though. Liverpool 2, Brentford 0. You guys pull it out of the bag. Pull it out of the bag.
Yeah, one of those games. Big up. But it's one of those games where the stats tell a different story than the match. And I think that if you ask a certain group of Liverpool fans, we dominated from start to finish. If you ask some haters, we got very lucky chances. But at the end of the day, we won the game. I think the score being 0-0 was a little bit flattering to both sides. Chances that were available to be taken and put away. But football is a humbler, as some people say, but it's fallen gods were at work. I think it was only fitting that the player getting the most scrutiny out of the entire club scores the goals. I I back for better or for worse. He scored his goals. I'm so happy for the man. Just he honestly gets persecuted. I know people may think that's hyperbolic, but he gets persecuted. Any and everything he does that doesn't look like Bobby Firmino or Fernando Torres, it turns into some like of his
That's a
mess
good
up.
point.
Like
That's a good point.
any
I mean,
time,
it's hard to follow up Bobby too. Bobby is just an enigma.
It really is hard to follow up Bobby. This hatred.
Regardless on who you got, they had to do a lot more than score goals. Like otherwise,
Exactly.
like it wasn't going to be enough because Bobby did so much for you.
He did so much for this team, right? And it's
just like even the
people loved
legwork
him.
that he put in, like
Yes.
it was very impressive
Yes.
and underrated for what people have expected of him. So
If you think about the pressing we did in that system and look at the pressing we do now, had to fill in those places. Bobby did the pressing of two people in that false nine role.
yeah,
Like if you really think about it, hey, two of the most hated players in the squad are the ones that have the best legs, trying to replace what Bobby gave us up top in Szoboszlai known as. So
I don't really think Bobby
into,
was Bobby hated like that.
what?
I don't think Bobby was
No,
hated like that. Or are you talking about
no,
Darwin
no,
and
not Bobby.
Szoboszlai?
Yeah, Darwin and Szoboszlai. Darwin and
Okay.
Szoboszlai. Yeah, and we could talk about Bobby all day. Love Bobby. I have two of his jerseys. But not yesterday, Sunday was about Nunes. Saturday was about Nunes. Hopefully getting the monkey off his back in terms of, putting that much pressure on himself to something, because you can tell that wears on him, especially for any athlete, anyone that has a specific job role. It doesn't even have to be sports. Feel like you aren't fulfilling the one role that you're asked of, you're gonna be low on confidence. So I don't want to make this a whole Nunes tirade, but he had to do. Hopefully, he can continue to score.
I mean,
and
this was like he had to score in this moment, like kind of situation.
he had to. Yeah, that was
Like,
the
it was a
last
had
straw.
to, like he got the opportunity and he had to score because like he had, like if he didn't, like it was curtains for his Liverpool career probably from that.
Oh yeah,
forward.
100%.
If he didn't score there, bro, and like I mean, obviously he put his chances away. Like it was good, especially the second one. Like the second one was like he Rossed that shit up top bins. Like I just asked Nico Jackson to do something like that once in a while, like just fucking Ross that shit. But he just does like. But like he did his job in the end, and he got on the end of some attacks, and he was in the right position. He's not the best of strikers, but he's very serviceable in the end, in my opinion. Regardless on what others think of him, I do think he is a serviceable striker if you know how to use him correctly. In that sense, you guys just put it on a plate for him to be in space and shoot. So. He was able
Thank
to.
you for saying that, because I wanted to make that point. Look, it's goals, but if you go down to the underlying reasons of why, it's because that is one of the rare attacks. Both of them really, all was looking for Nunes, where players were actively looking to create a chance for Nunes, and that's what happens. I feel like there is this food chain in our club where, like, if we have a chance on goal, people are looking for Salah. And like that is something that we need, not because Salah isn't great, but it's not always we can't just count on Salah for goals and assists. And he's leaving in the next 2 years if he's not gone this year. So
Yeah.
like at some point there needs to be a shift in mindset on how we're creating or how we're finishing off our attacks. But most of the time, Salah, even Nunes' second goal, some people were joking saying, "Oh, he stole it off Salah." But like the pass was in the area, still make the argument that Elliott was looking for Salah more than Nunes, right? Um, I think that is the transition that needs to happen in our club, and I think the person that needs to be most responsible for that transition is Salah. Because
That's a lot.
producing
That's asking of a lot of him. He's never been like the biggest of goal scorers. I'm going to just be honest.
not even him. I want in goals from Salah and assists, direct stats, but more of in the way our attacks move and that magnetism that you speak of, whether it's the players or go to Salah at the end of the day, right? Like
regardless on like what happens, to be honest, like who or what happens, like Salah, like this system still relies on Salah. And we've been very like over the last 20 weeks, we sat here and we talked about how this system worked and what it does for your wingers to get in goal scoring opportunities. So it's not necessarily just Salah, but it's both sides in essence.
Yeah.
So like what Brentford did to you guys like it was more of a lack of clinicalness than anything overall. Mm-hmm. But like also like Gakpo was extremely frustrated. Like he was just in extremely frustrated points in the entire game. That's why he got hooked, because he was just like I don't remember who it was on the right hand side that was defending him, but it felt like
Worsley.
It might have been, but it felt like he was just the physical nature of what he was bringing to Gakpo. It felt like it just dissuaded him from wanting to cut inside. And and you can't have that with him because he needs to be cutting inside. Like, and with Salah, Salah just feels like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's over the last 4 weeks, bro. I've noticed something, and I don't know if it's a tactical thing or if it's specific to Salah, but like I can't put my finger on it, but there's just a sense of lack of effort there. Like I like on the track back specifically, when I watch him on the track back, like he'll let that fullback overlap every time, and it's like, bro, Trent's gonna get cooked, bro, if someone doesn't go help him over there. And it's like, I'm just sitting there and I'm watching and I'm like, bro, are you gonna at least get the man so the ball so Trent could get the ball? And then it's a 2v1 on Trent and Salah's sitting behind another midfielder. And I'm sitting there like, yo, is that Gravenberch's responsibility to get over there? But if it is Gravenberch's responsibility, you're asking a fuck ton out of him to get all the way over there from where he's normally positioned. So it's like I don't want to like, once again, I ain't hating on no Arabic brother in the Premier League. That's just plain and simple. It's just, you're Arabic. I ain't hating on you. That's just like I'm not doing it. But like, brother, wake up a little bit. I'm seeing these. I know, but I'm seeing these things happening, right? And And the more they happen, the more it's getting exposed on the other end. And it wait a second, not necessarily that you're getting hurt from it, but it's going to expose you more and more on the other end if you decide in a game against Munich that you leave Davies overlapping. That's going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like not that I think company could even think of a routine to get Davies in a position like that, but like there are players that like Kirkes. You guys play Bournemouth this week, right?
Yeah.
Like Kirkes is. You don't think that manager can't get Kirkes in good positions overlapping from Trent?
That's not. It's not. You're making good points, but it's.
I'm just saying, bro. Like it's not going to hurt you in this league. There's not enough managers in this league that are smart enough to be able to put a plan together and have the personnel to actually do it. Like I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. Like it maybe we could with Cucurella. Like maybe we could, and probably Fulham. That's why you struggle with Fulham every single time you play them. Those are the two players.
Fulham's a good point, but I have to just because you're making good points, but they're almost.
Well, once again, this isn't something, Link, where I think you're gonna lose the league from it. Like,
no, I know.
Like,
Let me just,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you're gonna get like this, like get hit in those areas consistently. But if I can see it, right? Do you think that the guy from Bournemouth, that brainiac over there, he can't see it? Like,
but if you're gonna put it on that side, if the Bournemouth manager can see it, then Slot sees it, which is what I was going to say. So even in the last interviews with that Rio on that thing that they showed the tactics and blah blah, even Slot mentioned it. Salah is not working as hard in practice. I don't say that as a bad thing. Is as he's getting older, he's managing his legs and his minutes more. So I
was probably getting there too. Like this could be just making sure he's good for the rest of the remaining portion of the year. I don't want to, but it does feel that way, right? Like I don't listen to your
that's what it is to me.
I appreciate you bringing that up. Like that's huge for you to bring up to my knowledge. I had no idea that he was.
Yes, so basically, like Salah coast through our 11 now,
but it's showing on the pitch.
It is in a way, but at the same time, with Salah, and it's more than just Salah because I do want to go to another point based off this Salah thing. Salah is playing higher up and not getting as far back. You are 100% right in that, and in the rise. The first thing I want to say is Fulham is a special case because Robinson is able to beat Trent going forward, and then he's able to stop Salah going back. Very special case, but perfect example with I'm hoping Slot is looking at each one of these games as a measured gamble, and I have put more faith and more responsibility on Trent defensively, so he is not further up the field. Now, if you want to bring your left back all the way up to Trent has to play one ball into Salah for him to be one-on-one with your center back.
Yeah, but I think a lot of teams are willing to do that. It's a calculated risk in both ways, though, too, right? Because at the same time, if you have a left back like this week, right? You got Kirkes this week, right? If you have a left back that can give you quality from those wide areas, then you have real issues. Like that. That's what I'm saying is like there's not a lot of them in the league that can really hurt you. like there really isn't. There's not a ton of them in the league that can hurt you. That's why this kind of calculated risk makes all the sense in the world to do. Like you absolutely like these are the types of risks. If you understand what the league is about, which the more and more like Slot is a very calculated individual. Like he is very closed but open. He leaves you to understand what's going on, but he closes the door for you to not like get what needs to be understood from what his setup is going to be in the way that it is being approached. And that's just from a few interviews that I've seen with him. One specifically being the one you showed me of the of how he had the tactical setup. That interview, the specific where when me and you over the last 18 weeks that we've been doing this, saying, hey, this is what it looks like. And he's just like, yeah, Joe and Mike, this is exactly what it looks like. This is exactly how we play pretty much. So I like it's just to me, fantastic find in management, by the way. Like I like he is what Edward, like I'm sure when Edwards interviewed that guy, he knew right away that guy was the guy.
Yeah, bro. He was
you know what I'm saying? Like, he knew right away, bro. And like that's just the fit for where you guys are is fantastic. Now, my question is you guys get this title, right? Like if you guys get this title and then everybody, like the wheels fall off per se, right? Not necessarily you guys all like fall to the bottom, but like the wheels that kept you guys together fall off and you only got the Van Dijk left. Let's just say hypothetically, right? Because even if you do keep Salah, it won't be for more than a year. You know what I mean? Maybe two. Like you
maybe
might
at most, but yeah.
Like you get him on a 2-year deal, but you get him for a year, and then you actually make money on him for that following year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's more realistic of what I see it happening. Even if you sign him for another year and you sell him within 6 months to Saudi, it's more beneficial to you than anything. Right? If he doesn't perform in the beginning of the year for some odd reason, then you still can get value for him.
Exactly.
But my question with this is how this rebuild gets rebuilt together, because he's never had a team that could provide him with the type of funds and the type of structure that he wanted. He was brought was a very much the way that we're like kind of we're built over at Chelsea. Here's a young player, make something of him. These are the type of talent that we have. This is the type of talent we can get you. This is all a bunch of young players. I mean, majority of his team is young players in Netherlands. You have a few key pieces that you can keep that are older, but here are the young players because this is how we make money. So can you make something out of them? You know what I'm saying? You find a Mexican striker, you find, you know what I'm saying? You make something out of them. So with me, it's, are you going to go back to that mold, which is the Czech, correct, Jay, we are human traffickers. That's a totally different subject. Child traffickers.
I didn't see that.
But are you going to go towards that mold of him building these players that he picks? Because the Red Star fullback, the left back from Red Star, is realistically that, right? You find high-level talent, and I want you to build it, right? That's what it realistically looks to me. If you do that for everybody, you're going to be right back to where you were right before the Van Dijk era, the Van Dijk and Alisson.
Yeah, where we're hoping our attack or star players can get us forward.
Someone else has to step up is the point. Someone else is going to have to start stepping up to a bigger extent. I'm pretty sure it'll be Gakpo just from the looks of things. Like, if you want my honest opinion of like who's going to bear more responsibility in the future, I think it will end up being Gakpo. Like, that's my honest opinion behind it.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Sure.
Do you feel like his level to a point where we're looking at him, rivals are looking at him as that first name goal threat, whereas we get time to do X, Y, and Z because A, B, and C can happen?
Can you ask the question again?
Basically, Gakpo creating 25 goals and assists a season in the league alone.
I don't know if it will be the assist side of it is the one side I don't think he'll provide, where I think he can provide 20 goals a season in this league.
I need 25. It doesn't 24 goals and 1 assist.
Nah, you don't need 20. That's the problem. Because what you have an issue with at this current moment is your striker is really realistically not putting away enough of your chances at this current moment. Like you have too much goal. Your goal distribution is coming from your wings, and it has to come. More has to come from your striker, and then less has to come from your wingers, and it will end up evening itself out. You see what I'm saying?
No,
what is Jota? How many goals is Jota on right now?
Not shit. He's probably got like less than 7.
Okay, and Nunez is on 4, right?
Yeah.
So you're at 11 goals between the two strikers. Okay,
Diaz has like 5 goals
if you had a striker who is at Nico's level right now, right? At 9, right? If you had one guy at 9, 10, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't need 25 from Gakpo.
But that equation still has Salah in it. That's why I asked that question. If Salah leaves, Gakpo would have to put about 25.
Gakpo is going to get 25 goals, right? If you have Salah, well, your midfield's going to have to contribip more too, which I do believe it will once Salah leaves. But because he's going to readjust the the funny thing is about this system is you probably only have it for 1 year. Like that's the funny thing about the way this system is, because at this current moment, until you say maybe a year, if not 2 years, like you might, like I said,
it's like 18 months. Yeah.
Yep. As long as Salah here, this is the way that this is going to work. But once Salah is gone, basically. I don't think that you're going to play this way.
I agree with that. I agree with
that. It's not going to be a total shift, but I don't think you play in the same manner.
No, it's the fundamentals and the underlying principles will be the same. I think we're going to see less back and forth. I think
that's what I was going to say. I don't think it's going to be as much transition. I don't like that's going to be the thing, because you thrive. Salah thrives on transition. He realizes that, and he needs that's how you get him going. You know what I'm saying?
And we've had players training 5 years, excellent in transition. Yeah. Like I really don't know how much he trains counterattacks. Like I don't think
he probably doesn't. He probably doesn't train counterattack, bro.
Like what to do?
Because he's probably trying to get them to be more like controlled, and like the nature of this team is to be on the counterattack. Like that's
similar to what you like. Our first talks about Maresca, when you guys went on that first win streak, you said it yourself. Maresca has tried to slow the game down, and he's realized we have too much pace to do that.
Yep. He's still trying to do it with all these fucking crosses. All right, let's get to Chelsea.
One last thing.
Has been shooting about Liverpool.
Yeah, I wanted to mention this earlier before we got into Salah. Salah has been shooting more. That's why I don't expect him to get more and more GA. That's going to replace Salah. But the fact that he's shooting more tells me that he's not as the first option once we get into the final third anymore. And that is very important to me.
You said Salah shooting more?
Is shooting more.
Who is?
Dominic Szoboszlai.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's because I think he called him out in a press conference not too long ago.
Yeah, he did call him out, and that's what I love about Salah. He's not afraid to just repeat what he's saying. Like he said, Trent needs to get better at defense. It's very simple. He also said that the reason why Trent doesn't play in midfield is not better than McAllister or Gravenberch in midfield. He made it very simple.
Because he's not.
So, yeah.
I don't even think Trent's a good midfielder, period, but that's a whole different conversation.
I don't even know if you don't have evidence of him being a good midfielder, because he hasn't played midfield successfully since he was 18. And they put him next to Declan for a show. So you're right. There's no reason for anyone.
I think there's a reason why he ended up at right back. Is my opinion.
People forget this. He got put to right back because he couldn't get into the side at defensive mid. Like, what are we doing? Sorry,
I'm just saying, there's there's reasons behind things. Like, they'll keep asking the questions because he's just technical and he can pass the ball, but.
Yeah, but people need to make sure that they're not conflating the fact that being able to pass does not make you a midfielder. Van Dijk can pass. No one's putting him at the 8.
There's a good question going on in the chat right now, and I really want to answer it, but I'm gonna ask Chelsea. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna go and speak on Chelsea real quick in this Wolves game first, and then we can get into transfers because it is related to transfers. So the Wolves game, Link, you were wrong. Let's just be real. You were wrong, bro. Like I knew that our team was like substantially better than this team. You told me on our call. It's not on stream, by the way. I know you didn't say it on stream, but you told me while we were playing FIFA, because we play FIFA every day.
What were my words?
That these two teams were even based off the lineups.
I said it looked like on paper it would be a good matchup. And what happened?
But it wasn't, though, is what I'm trying to tell you.
His line. Sanchez fluffed his line and made it more difficult than it needed.
But that doesn't make it a even game. It wasn't an even game. It wasn't even close to an even game. Like I'm pretty sure Cunha's still in Reece James's pocket. I'm pretty sure he's still there.
I'm glad you guys showed
up. I'm pretty sure he's still there, bro. And by the way,
glad you showed up.
Trevor Chalobah, bro.
Clear Lake Capital.
Fuck you. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm going to talk about that later. Fucking Trevor Chalobah, bro. Fucking fantastic performance, man. Fantastic performance. I am even the aerial stuff that I had issues with on him. It looks like that shit's cleared the fuck up. I don't know what he's done, but it looks like it's cleared up, bro. The Madueke goal that he stole from Trev on his return back to the bridge, bro. That was Madueke stole a perfect story away from football. A perfect story away from football. Like Trev shouldn't have never left this team forever. Okay? There's no reason for him to leave. Period. We relied on a Wesley Fofana who's injured all the time. He always should have stayed. And I don't know why we sat here, we're sitting here trying to believe that the Disasi can do something when this guy's available. This guy's on our books. I just don't. I'm tired of Disasi. Make sure Disasi is not here by the end of the window, please. Like, I'm just tired of him. He came on and he didn't do nothing wrong, but I'm tired of dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired. And you know what? I think Tosin gets a bad rap. I do. I don't think he's going anywhere, by the way. I don't think Tosin's going anywhere. I just don't. He plays too many games. Why would we sell him?
He isn't going anywhere. Tosin is just an easy scapegoat when you rotate the side.
Yep.
That's all it is.
What's different in the side? He ain't even that bad, bro. But Trev was fantastic. And I am so happy that he's back. Like he has proved me. The only issue that I had with Trev was the aerial stuff. That was the only issue I had with him. Nothing else. That was my biggest problem. Was last year when we were on corners, he was getting dunked on weekly, bro. Weekly, and people weren't noticing it. And I'm sitting here, I'm telling, bro, it's Trev. He just got dunked on again, bro. And then he comes in first game and dunks on somebody. Sorry, bro. Who hurt you?
That was in the gym, bro.
I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you.
That was in the gym.
Yeah, Trev needs to stay, man. Trev and Levi actually would complement each other pretty well, actually. So,
in theory.
Yeah, they would.
And Chris Wood. Someone that likes to hang around.
Who has Chris Wood dunked on you?
That's a good question. But, it's more of the Wood is in great form.
Yo, I'm being serious, but who hasn't Chris Wood dunked on?
Bro, you said that, and then I just thought of the goal he scored, and I'm just like, it's those physical strikers. And I guess the good thing is that
but you say that, right? But Trev made Strand Larson look like a pussy. He made him look like
maybe
a
he
pussy.
is a pussy. The question is,
Okay, that's fair.
is he making Mateta look like a pussy in practice? Is he gonna be able to hound
That's probably what made him. That's probably what made him good in fucking aerial duels.
Yeah,
was Mateta for 6 months in practice.
Glad like if you lose another header to this man,
fucking elbows in practice, son. Mateta's elbow in your face in practice.
I can imagine Mateta wears his training kit tucked in as well. And
Yo, Disasi actually works at. Now that Disasi actually works at Palace because they box defend nearly all. That's all they do is box defend.
Mm-hmm. Be a decent rotation piece for Forest. They have that Murato guy.
Yeah.
Bring Disasi on, do the same shit. But I think with Disasi, it was like you remember like college recruiting and like playing sports, and it's like when people are brought in for a certain amount of money, responsible for bringing them in, views them as a vested interest because that's a representation of their ability. So like obviously you're not, I don't think directors are coming in saying Disasi needs to play, but I sure as hell believe that someone has, mentioned, oh, Disasi hasn't been getting a lot of play, or Disasi looks
there's been links.
well rested.
There's been links. There's been links and elsewhere. We're just not getting the money that we want, and I know this ownership group, they don't want to take a L. So this is where I think there's these are the type of players I think you take L's on. You know what I'm saying? Like you made a panic buy because Trev got hurt. Like that's the whole reason we bought Disasi in the first place, was because Trev got hurt in the beginning of the last season. He got hurt, so we were just SOL. We needed another center back. He came in and started our first game.
Mm-hmm.
First game of the season, he came in and started as soon as we bought him. Like, this is like one of them shits that you just, you can get majority of what you paid for him back, or majority of what is on the contract, make your money in another spot. This isn't the spot to make it. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. But if you can find a loan for him to potentially get like a trial period of him trying to get his situation back up, then it works. But I don't think we even sell him just based off of the situation we're in with Viega. We might as well just talk about transfers because it's mostly me talking about transfers.
Yeah, it's all you.
Don't talk about transfers because you don't have transfers.
We want Kirkaz, but I guess that's PR. I guess everything's PR nowadays. Monitoring. So,
bro, if you got Kirkaz, that shit would be different.
That would be a statement of intent.
That shit would be different.
Yeah, but
I just don't know. Bournemouth should ask for fucking 70 million for Kirkaz. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean, bro? He's like third best fullback in this fucking league.
Nah, we need the Richard Hughes handout, bro. We need one. Yeah. We need one cut deal. We need one cut deal, bro.
Yeah. That fucking kid is amazing.
He's so good. But yeah, Logic. Talk about Chelsea.
Probably, all right. Logic. Let me tell you why what you're missing with Kirkaz. He is arguably the best one-on-one defender in the league. Arguably the best one-on-one defender in the league from wide areas. Literally, I do not think that there is a better player one-on-one on the outside in the league. Okay? On top of that, right? On top of that, he has crossing ability. From any angle. From deep angles, from the byline. He has crossing ability. He's not going to get you goals, but that's not what he's there for. He's your real modern fullback, bro. That's what he is. A real modern fullback. You don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
You don't see that more. No. A modern fullback means he has technique. Modern means he has technique. That's what I mean. Old school would mean you could just play him there. You could play center back there for all they give a shit. That's why that's why you see Vardio playing fullback, because he is probably one of the more technical center backs they have. So they play him at fullback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same idea in the end.
I look at Kirk as Robertson with more culture. And then I just wanted to answer Jay so he didn't feel disrespected. No, I wouldn't, to be honest with you, because Arsenal's problems aren't down to just signing one player. What is Cunha going to do for your midfield? What is Cunha going to hand attack? What is Cunha going to do for your
I
injuries?
just don't know where Cunha plays for a lot of these teams.
Exactly.
You know
like,
what I'm saying? That's my biggest thing is like
Havertz not going into the box and they try to get Cunha. That makes no fucking sense.
So what is Cunha going to play striker? Like, I don't understand Cunha playing striker. Like, that's what the other thing is.
For Arsenal,
trying to like shoe him into striker, and it doesn't make any logical sense.
He's not a lone striker.
He can't play lone striker. All right. Well, Link just did. Like, he can't play lone striker. He can't play 8, bro. He can't play lone striker. He can't play 8. He's an inside 10. That's what he is. He's either your 10 shadow striker or he's an inside 10. Like,
yeah,
he can't play false 9. You're not getting the best out of Cunha at false 9. You're not. You want to know where he's getting his GA? In the inside 10 positions. I'm not telling you that he can't. I'm telling you that, like, the way that he would play striker, bro, he would end up picking up the ball in such deep areas that he wouldn't be able to do anything in the box. What we are missing is a box striker. This is not. He would have to replace Palmer. Do you think he's going to move Palmer? Like, I get the ball striking, bro. I get it, bro. Bro, I have a problem with Jackson. So why
that's
am I
the point, bastard.
That's the problem. We already have the problem at that. So we solved the problem with another problem. Like, this is my point, bro. There's only a few teams. Oh my God. There's only a few teams, bro. There's only a few teams that I'd even like. He even fits. Okay, Man U. Okay, even Tottenham, he doesn't fit. And Tottenham have 2 10s. Like, what are you doing getting Cunha, bro? He used Vardy last year. What is Vardy now? What is Vardy at 37 years old? He's a box striker at 37. He movement in the box. Yeah. See that? Bro, it's a box striker. Poacher is a box striker.
Thank you, Solomon.
Bro, you don't get the same type of. And what do you know about what Maresca likes? What do you? Why am I arguing with the chat? Like, what do you know about what Maresca likes, bro? Like, Jackson's not gonna come good. Like, Jackson's not gonna come good. He's a backup striker.
Is this James? Is that who that is? Oh, that's James. No wonder.
We're linked with the Lap and Sesko, and they're telling me Cunha. 2 guys. How do those guys compare to those 2 names that I just linked? How those 2 guys are the same as Cunha? Can you tell me? How are those 2 guys the same as Cunha?
Bro, do they wear the same
number? Of course we're linked with Cunha. It's an opportunity signing. The fucking team is there. They're trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's not the fact that if we get Cunha and that's who our striker is, like, it is what it is, bro. Let me tell you something. If we replace Felix with Cunha, am I gonna be that mad? No. But what does it do? That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking y'all. Because that could potentially be it, right? We could be replacing Felix with Cunha. But what's Cunha and Cuckoo are nearly the same fucking player.
I think Nkunku likes to set up his
They are. They're nearly the same player. You know, if that's the case, play a back 3, play wing backs, and play 2 10s because we got the perfect formation for it. We got Palmer could play that position. Fucking Cunha and Cuckoo and then you could have a false 9 striker, and it would work.
Yeah.
But that's not how we play. We don't play like, we would have the perfect team for Amarin.
Yeah, exactly.
We would have the perfect team for, literally the perfect team for Amarin. Gusto wingback? Come on.
Yeah.
Gusto wingback?
Running up and down. Yeah.
You have Cucurella wingback? Cucurella could play inside. We got the wrong manager, I guess. With the way that you guys, with the I guess.
Maybe you should have got Glasman.
He wasn't leaving.
Especially with the way he's made Chalobah into a center back of Chelsea's in 6 months' time.
I mean, Chalobah had a really good game with Maresca. Now, I like Maresca, but like
profiles are everything.
If we're going by profile, right? If we're just going by profile, I'm just saying.
There's different profiles.
Shit, this team would have been great. For Tuchel would have been great. If we brought Tuchel back, it would have been great.
Oh yeah, he would have brought
we actually would have had
he would have got Osimhen in though. If Tuchel came in,
if we had we would have got Osimhen if we had Tuchel.
Yeah, it was Tuchel would be like, I'm not doing this shit.
Oh man, dude.
Tuchel would have been like,
I'm just saying we could have played back three. No, but Vasters, it's not the point. I'm talking about like style of play with the type of fucking team we would have. It would be different. It would be different. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the way that you guys are talking, right? Cunha, Nkunku, Felix, Palmer. Fuck all these other wingers.
Bro, imagine Palmer in that right 10 for Tuchel.
Well, that's
like
that's what he's gonna be.
Tuchel had Mount in top 25 hype conversations, bro.
Yep.
People forget that.
Yeah,
like
and I'm saying
the system does get old quick, but
the thing is with this whole situation is I'm not saying that I want to move on from Maresca, by the way. Like that's not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear that.
The players that we're linked with, bro, and the players that we would like, we might as well play a back three with 2 wing backs and a pivot, and how we won the Champions League. That's how we should play. If these are the players that you guys want, you know what I'm saying? Cunha, you have Nkunku, you have Palmer. They all play that inside 10 position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You get Amarim. Exactly. You got Amarim. This is why I wanted Amarim, by the way. If we had Amarim, it would have been the whole system would have worked with the players that we had. Hey,
Vaster, I don't like
that.
We
don't, and that means we don't need Cunha. It's my point.
Yeah.
Like if we get Cunha and he decides to play him at striker the way that he's playing Nico Jackson. Hey, if that's the sword you want to die on.
Yeah,
that's the way I feel right now about all this shit.
Yeah, and
that's how I feel about all this shit right now, bro. This is the way I feel. These sporting directors, they've already put the swords up. They need if they're gonna buy these next players, is the sword they die on. They die on. Okay, that means they should not be here after these players that they buy and fuck up again. Okay, because if they don't get a real box striker, in my opinion, hey, so be it. If we get Cunha, which watch, okay, you don't think that this team can do this? These owners, they saw this guy beat us twice on Christmas Day. You don't think they're gonna go get that, bro? They would get him. I 100% believe that they would say fuck a striker and they'd get Cunha. They'll sell Felix and get Cunha. How much you want to put on it? I can see it. Do I think it's the right move?
I hope not.
That's the only thing, right? That's the only thing. But could I see something like that happening? 100%. 100%. Not only that, we could fucking loan you out to Wolves. Fucking take them.
Yeah, take Felix. Hey, there you go.
Take you. Use them however you want to fucking use them.
Vast, what are you going off to both Felix and Nkunku? Because like I could give you one, but I can barely give you one. Like what is it that makes better than Felix? Is it recency bias? Is it like current form? Like I don't think Cunha is a better dribbler than Nkunku.
That's absolutely fair, bro. This is fair that Maresca doesn't rate either of them, right? Like that's an absolutely. But if we buy Cunha, he better play fucking striker for us because he ain't gonna play 10. He ain't dropping Palmer. We all see it. We ain't dropping Palmer.
Palmer's the face of your club, right? He's definitely droppable.
What if we swapped both Cunha? We swap Felix out and we swap Felix out and we swap fucking Nkunku out and we get Tell and Cunha as the end of this window.
That's a step in the right direction, but it goes back to my point. It's a statement of intent that you guys aren't trying to win now.
Bro, in what way are we winning now?
Not what do you mean? Ask that.
What way are we winning now? In what way?
Like as at this current, you're not.
We're not winning the Prem this year, anyways. We were never winning.
I know.
But we are gonna win. We're gonna win the fucking Conference League.
Yeah, but this is my thing.
That's the only thing that we'll be doing this year. That's the only trophy that we'll be holding up this year. It's the Conference League. We get top 4 in the Conference League and we move.
It's not my thing. My thing is like it's cementing that idea of that you just want to do that for this season and progress naturally as the squad ages and progresses. Right? It stays in line.
Well, bro, they've clearly had for 3 years. Shown that that's the case, though. They've clearly shown that that's
right.
The case.
And so it falls as a bigger name, higher profile signing like a Osimhen, which is what you guys wanted going into the summer. Now it may feel like a sense of urgency on the timetable for this club to reach greater success.
Manchester United
may not do that.
If we bought Cunha instead of buying Garnacho, they would get so fucking angry, bro.
Yeah, and that would that's why
they would
happen. And the more you talk about it,
just for that purpose, get Cunha. I just want to see the head loss. Like the head loss that would happen. Get Cunha.
I have a question. How much do you think these clubs, like the sporting directors and the owners' minds on transfers, where they're like, let's make sure these bastards don't get this player? How much do you think that happens? I feel like that happens.
I feel like it happens in certain clubs. I think we are one of those fucking clubs that do that shit to people.
You do that to Arsenal?
No. We are the club that do that shit to people.
Yeah,
like, we
done
are
it to
that
us too. I shouldn't just leave it to them.
We did it to you. We've done it to Tottenham. We've done it to Arsenal.
3-4 times.
Everyone. Yeah, no.
I think the first time I really felt it was
literally not even going to waste my breath on this, by the way. Like, if you want to have a conversation about this, we can link. But, like, the links that are coming out of Napoli right now, the links that are coming out of Napoli are tenfold stronger. And our name feels like it's being used for that deal. And this happens a lot with our team, right? This happens And Matt Law reported earlier, by the way, that Garnacho's agent was not invited by Igbali or Feliciano. He was just at the game. It was reported
Good
that.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
we're just sitting here. So we're just sitting here being used as trade bait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For Napoli, because you know what? Fuck Napoli too. They deserve to pay that
You-
shit the way they did this Osman deal.
De
Fuck them.
Laurentiis is an asshole, bro.
Fuck them too, bro.
Bro, De Laurentiis.
Fuck them too.
I see that. I can definitely see that. Where it's like your name is in the bid. Your name is literally there because you guys spend money. People, so it looks like a credible interest.
Yeah, he paid for a ticket, my G. My guy paid for a ticket to see the Chelsea, son. Garnacho's agent paid for a ticket to see the Chelsea. That shit is good. Yeah, they said that they're gonna use. Yeah, once again, if they do this, who is feeding Osimhen anything? Like he will be eating he will be eating dry chicken bone at Manchester United. Bro,
you know what he's gonna be doing? He's gonna do the Marcus Rashford when he's having to chase down all those balls from Bruno that aren't timed correctly.
Who's passing him the ball? If Manchester United were smart, they'd go get like Zagrova. They paid Lele 40 million for Zagrova.
That is a baller.
Bro, I could give you 10 names, bro. I could give you 10.
Do you think, I don't want to get too far into this.
What if Osimhen pulls Obi Mikel, bro? What if he ends up he goes to Manchester United, holds his shirt up, and he's at Chelsea at the end of the fucking window? Oh, yeah? Oh, that would be good. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. I'm good on Jonathan David, though. I'm good on that. That's a West Ham move. West Ham should go for Jonathan David.
Yeah, West Ham should, but I'm tired of the if with Liverpool and these.
I don't know about that though. Like if we get a good opportunity to buy Victor this window, we should still do it. That's my opinion. Like if we get a good opportunity to do it still. Say Napoli comes up and be like, yo, 50 million, son. It's yours. 50 million. Give us 50 million cash. It's yours. Just go and get him. No, I don't know why we still sit here and act like this guy ain't top of the game, son. I don't know why people still sit here and act like,
there's this weird thing, and it seems like I get this. I live on the mainland of England. They don't respect Osimhen's game, and I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Because,
I don't know if he's in Italy.
Bro, I just don't understand what we're looking at anymore. Like we saw it. We saw this guy. We need a dominant presence in the box. Like why are we sitting here acting like he's not one of the most dominant presence in the box in world football? This is why this leads to another subject, actually, a subject that was brought up earlier in the chat. Let me bring it up real quick. It's all the way up at the top. One sec.
Where do you think Victor goes when Xabi Alonso leaves?
Boniface?
Yeah.
Bro, it's not like he has great output either, is the thing. It's not like and he just came off the injury. Bro, I could see him going to Madrid for a low fee. I could really see that because they don't actually have a striker. What's going to end up happening, and we all know what's going to end up happening, is one of those wingers are going to be gone. Like, that's what's going to happen.
Rodrigo's going to cut, bro.
And by the way, fucking Ancelotti came out and said fucking that he ain't going nowhere.
He said he wants to stay for 4 more years.
Yeah. They might push him out though.
They'll push him out. Especially if they don't win the league this year. they'll push him out.
Well, aren't they leading the league right now?
They just got back on top this week.
Yeah, just the Barcelona seems too young, bro. It's too young.
Yeah.
The defense is too wild. I don't know why they signed
find that
Araujo. He doesn't fit that league. Araujo doesn't fit that league. I don't know why they re-signed him. Now they're talking about Marcus Rashford, bro. Like, we got crazy directors. They got crazy directors too.
Their directors. Did you find that comment?
Like what?
Did you find that comment?
Yeah, it's right here. Joey Note of Vlahovic, bro. Who do you get? You know, to me, if we're gonna splash the cash on Delap, just splash the cash on Duran. Like, that's my opinion, bro. Like, that's literally my opinion. Like, if you're gonna go and put the money out for Delap, go and tell Villa, here's 70 million for Duran. What do you want? You gonna do it or not? Like, that's what, because you're gonna give Delap 60 million. You're gonna give him,
yeah,
like, you're
exactly.
gonna pay, and to be honest, like, my friend made a good point. Ipswich's going down, bro. As soon as they go down, that price is 40 million. But now we fighting with everybody to get him.
Yeah.
Now we fighting with everybody to get him. That's the difference. So I don't even know. Now Tottenham need a striker too. Slanky out for a good minute.
Slanky's out for 6 weeks, but Charleston just got back. Wait, who's their young guy?
They quoted him 100 million. Like I said, I didn't see that. I've been just staying away from Twitter because it's so toxic with these guys.
Duran's not gonna leave.
I know, but that's what I'll do. I'd slap 70 million on the table for Duran. Tom, what do you want to do? Here's the thing: is even if we give them 60 million for Delap, I don't even know if they accept it because they still believe they could stay up. They're making signings to try to stay up. You see, they just got Ciso today. They went and got Philogene. They're making signings to try to stay up, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't make sense for them to all make these signings and then get rid of the piece that they're trying to feed because they're just not getting the ball to them is the problem. They just don't have the quality to get the ball to them. But to me, it's not the wingers that is their issue. It's they rely on the Egyptian midfielder too much. The I forget his name. He's just not good enough for this league. And then they have another Castaway who's just not good enough for this league.
Yeah.
Bastards, it's also not our fault because the refs gave them a penalty that was Delap diving over our fucking keeper who didn't touch him. Like as much as it's not our it's like our fault that we ended up like losing the game. Like the game was only lost because in the beginning of the game they gave him a penalty for no fucking reason. Like it wasn't a penalty. Like the refs have fucked us for at least 9 points. For at least, I would say, there's 4 on draws, and then 3. So it would be 1 point. So 5 points, which would make us ahead of Arsenal.
Yeah.
The refs have literally fucked us on 5 points this year.
At least.
Bro, they came out and apologized. and Maresca's like, what the fuck's an apology going to do for us?
Exactly.
Like,
thanks. Does that give me 2 extra points?
Yeah, well, it'd be 4 points, literally, if we would have drew both of the games. Well, actually, we would have won against Everton, and we would have drew. Mm-hmm. We would have drew against this team, right? Which would have been 1 point instead of 2. That's 4 points right there. And then there was a draw. They just gave us. There was a draw that they just gave. I think it was Palace. Yeah, we drew to Palace, right? Yeah, 1-1. We drew to Palace, and Neto was taken down on the box, and they gave us they gave us an apology letter about sorry we didn't give you guys a penalty for Neto being taken down on the box. The second one this year. Yeah, but that would put us in second. By the way, That would have put us in second. Those two results, but with just those two results, it would have put us in second, back in second. Just great. Just food for thought. Just food for thought. Now we're in a fight for fourth. Those two results changed our season. But hey, he's just trying to get wins. Like he put on fucking Instagram the other day. He's like, another win.
Yep.
Yeah,
road to 40 points achieved.
Bro. This guy's a cheeky dude, bro. I like his the cut of his jib, son. The cut of his jib. I like the cut of his jib. I'm not even about the front. Yeah, they did do us a bit of a favor, but in that manner. But we knew, but bro, Engraver, for you, I've been saying I need a striker since last January. Okay? When Nico Jackson was fucking going to AFCON, I've been saying I need a striker. I'm gonna sound like Lee Gunner because I'm gonna keep saying the same thing over and over and over again because it doesn't, like, I have to. For 12 months, I've been asking for a striker. We've had one. One of them. A part of that 12 months, that's our only striker went to a fucking different tournament middle of our season. Our only striker. Now you're putting him through more pressure of being the only striker. And now when he doesn't score, it looks like we need to sell Nico Jackson. No, Nico Jackson needs to sit the fucking bench. But we don't have another option.
So he plays.
That's so hard to understand. I don't understand why, like, everyone wants to sell. We don't need to sell Nico Jackson. We need him to be able to sit on the bench when he doesn't perform. And
Solomon.
Vassar is a good point. I don't know. We have to see, right? We'll have to see. Exactly, Engraver. That's all we can ask for, my guy. That's all we can ask for.
Yeah. Solomon asked about Curtis Jones, like thing. I think people just have a lot going on in their lives. They don't know how to handle it, and they take it out on people that like do anything about it, i.e., celebrities, athletes, stuff like that. I feel like those people just have too much hate on their heart.
I bet you if you had transfer news, this Curtis Jones news would be back page shit that nobody would care about.
Exactly.
If you had some transfer news, this shit wouldn't be. That's even a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But a friend said this to me today, but if you're in a bad scenario or angry or you have hatred towards or something, you're going to look for anything bad that you can find and just exact. And so whether you were this big Salah fan or whether you're hating on Curtis Jones' performances or you just like picking on Liverpool, it was like, see, Hazard's better. And then all these Liverpoolians and people that are just hiding behind keyboards want to say, oh, like, make death die or hope you leave the club and all this. Like, God forbid someone have an opinion, and God forbid someone that is known as an expert because he's a professional athlete, expert opinion on footballing. And who better than to give an opinion on someone that has watched someone play, had to play against him, and then also trained with him in the argument for 7 years. I think Curtis Jones is a better right to say that than most people that make a statement on the conversation. Like, we talk about it, well, not us personally, but people talk about this shit all the time. But Curtis Jones, who trains with Salah every day and plays with him, doesn't have an opinion on it, and it's just. And of course,
I mean, what do you expect?
Saying,
right?
I'd rather
I'm making the joke again, but things are so fucking like so dry with Liverpool's news that like something like this that's so minuscule is gonna make the front fucking page of everything.
Yeah.
There's nothing fucking going on over there right now. So they just got they need something to fucking talk about, bro.
They couldn't put contracts on the first page again.
It's just news in the end, bro. Like
Trent didn't have a bad game.
Don't have anything else.
That's literally what it is, bro. It's literally Liverpool drop points or have a shaky result. Contracts playing a part. And then they go through the same shit again. And then Real Madrid posts another article saying that he's signed for them, even though he hasn't. Listen today.
Ain't that the truth? Thank you, everyone, for coming. We appreciate you guys for showing up and being active in the chat, as always. We leave you with Kobe.
How much more do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the f does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.